High school basketball is back on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. Tonight from Ball Gymnasium in Muncie, Indiana, it's the Cowan Blackhawks and the Muncie Burris Owls. Good evening and hi again, everyone. Brian Beaver along with you again tonight. Great to have you along for the ride as we get set to break a losing streak tonight. Both of these teams come in the midst of some red ink. Cowan is 1-7 overall. The Blackhawks have lost games in a row. Muncie Burris 1-11. That one win in their opener over Delaware Christian. Since then, 11 straight losses for the guys in blue and gold and white. So something's about to give here tonight at Ball Gym. It's going to be a lot of fun to see how it all unwinds. Lee Ingles in his fourth year coaching the Cowan Blackhawks. He's gone 32-44 over those 3+ seasons, his fourth one now. Joe Anderson at Burris in his fourth year as well, 19-62 overall in his 4-year run. Good crowd here tonight. We had almost a full house just for the end of the junior varsity game, which was one of the better JV games I've seen in a while. It was very close. Down the end, it was Cowan's to win. The Blackhawks took the JV game 44-37. So this will be a lot of fun tonight. If you haven't heard about young Mr. Riley Duncan, you're going to hear his name if you haven't already. He's a 6'10 freshman for the Cowan Blackhawks. He's dressed tonight. He'll play tonight. He will start tonight in his first varsity game. He's missed some time recovering from an injury, but he's set to go, and he looks like he might be an armful for the Muncie Burris Owls. You look at the Burris starting lineup tonight, and there's not many guys in the low 6-foot range, and it'll be interesting to see whether Joe Anderson goes to a zone right out of the chute to try to counteract the size advantage inside by Cowan, or whether they just hand the assignment to someone and say, do the best you can, keep him in front of you, do the best you can, and see how it all pans out. But 6'10 is a good kind of problem to have if you're Cowan. And I kiddingly told one of their players in the hallway before the game tonight, find another team in Indiana with a kid who's 6'10 and a kid who's 6'7 on the roster and have only one win. Cowan's better than 1-7, and Burris is certainly better than 1-11. We were here about a month ago for Daleville Burris, and that was an overtime thriller. So the Owls can play. They've just had turnover problems. They're turning the ball over on average 20 times a game this season and just can't give that many possessions away and be as effective as you would otherwise. Cowan, couple of really good scorers in Declan Gill and Brian Alt. Gill is the leading scorer for the season, and he's the guy who had 31 points in their only victory when they beat Blue River Valley on the final play of the game when he drove the length of the court. Gill did. Later then got fouled and made a free throw with no time on the clock and no one else standing there to win that game over Blue River Valley about a month ago as well. So to watch, and we hope you have a lot of fun listening, and spread the word on the internet and to your friends and your family across the country. If they can't be here tonight, they can be here in a way by listening to the live play-by-play of this one. This is homecoming night 2018 for the winter sports. That's the reason for the late start and the additional pregame time. We apologize for that, but nothing we could do. They were going to have their court and their ceremony, and they're having a good time tonight. The students from Burris are. Got to pass along an interesting note. Before the start of the JV game, a girl went to the PA mic and asked 3 other girls to come out on the court, and they had a sign, Sweethearts Dance, and it was directed at Ryland Glazer, one of the freshman JV players, and he sheepishly walked out to midcourt, and they walked out with their sign, and of course he walked over and gave the girl a hug and said yes and all that good stuff. So romance lives on. In 2018, I said to a fan, why wasn't it that easy when we were that age? I don't remember it being that easy. So congratulations to Ryland Glazer of Burris and his future Sweetheart Dance date. Got plenty to talk about. This is going to be a lot of fun. Both teams are on the floor warming up, and we're going to take a break, come back and set this one up. It's Cowan and Burris, only on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. Stay right where you are.
From Jamestown to Jonesville, from North Salem to South Milford, from River Forest to Grass Creek. No matter where you live in Indiana, you can enjoy high school sports coverage at its very best on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. It's 35 powerhouse radio stations, Fox Sports Indiana, and the World Wide Web, combining their vast resources to blanket the state, the Midwest, and the world with the purest, most riveting presentation of high school sports in America. From Anderson to Attica, Kendallville to Kokomo, follow the high school sports that make our state great all season long. Thank you, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, and welcome home.
Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history, oh, I love world history. Baseball? Wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. There's so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. There's still a place. There's still a place where performance is enhanced by extra effort, not by performance-enhancing drugs. There's still a place where contracts are between coaches and players, and the terms are non-negotiable. There's still a place where an edge is something you gain by working harder than your opponent. Where sport is pure. That place is the high school in your community. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we believe that while competition can be fierce, it doesn't change the fact that it's only a game. The goal may be to win, but the point is to have fun. And if you want to be reminded of just how great sports can be when they're played the right way, then the place to be is at a high school sporting event in your community. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message made possible by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community. A 50-50 ball, an elbow to the ribs, a sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community. The clutch shot, the timely hit, the perfect pitch, the heroic catch, the brilliant save, the photo finish. The Indiana High School Athletic Association would like to remind you that the biggest plays in sports matter little if you don't practice sportsmanship. Character counts. Practice sportsmanship. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Everybody loves a good sports movie.
I've seen Rudy 10 times.
I love Hoosiers.
If there were a sports movie about steroids, it might be called The Myth, the Truth, and the Consequences. Steroids are good for your game. The truth is they're bad for you and the sport you play. And the long-term consequences on your health are downright ugly.
That's one movie I think I'll skip.
High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and high schools in this community.
Welcome back to Ball Gym. The teams have come back out of the locker room. They're about ready to be introduced, and we're almost set for small school basketball, Delaware County style. You really can't call Burris small anymore. They're 3A now in boys basketball, and they'll be in one heck of a boys basketball sectional in sectional 24 in about a month. All you've got is unbeaten in 3A number 1 Newcastle, the host team in that sectional, by the way. So you throw them in there and throw Delta and Josh Bryan and the rest of them in, it could really be a whale of a sectional along with Burris down the line. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yorktown, by the way, home tonight, hosting undefeated and number 1 Newcastle. Now that one, hands out. Brian Beaver along with you. Great having you along. Thanks for lending me your ears for a while. One of these teams is going to snap a losing streak tonight. I expect both teams to really play hard because no one likes losing 2 in a row, let alone 4 if you're Cowan or 11 if you're Muncie Burris. Time to break the ice and get a win in the new year in 2018. I have a special game for you coming up tomorrow, 11 in the morning. Yeah, morning. It's not a regional. It's just a 6-game extravaganza of the Hickory Classic down at Hoosier Gym in Knightstown. I'll have the first of those games in that day-long. It'll be the Waldron Mohawks and the Daleville Broncos at Hoosier Gym tomorrow. And if you're not familiar with what's Hoosier Gym, that's where many of the scenes were filmed. The basketball game scenes were filmed for the film Hoosiers 31 years ago. So Gene Hackman, Dennis Hopper et al. Yeah, that place. It's a little smaller than a regulation court, but it is a great place to watch a game and a lot of fun to go down there and play a game as well. We'll take one more break, come back with the starting lineups and the opening tip tonight's game right after this on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Don't go away.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. It's your ticket to an evening out that won't break the bank. It's your ticket to explosive runs, acrobatic catches, and game-saving tackles. It's your ticket to an experience you'll never forget. It's your ticket to the IHSAA State Football Tournament. Attending a tournament football game is a fun and affordable way to see sports played the way they were meant to be, for the pure love of it. The Indianapolis Colts and the Indiana High School Athletic Association invite you to be part of Indiana's rich tradition of high school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure state tournament excitement. The drama is set to kick off. Do you have your ticket?
Welcome back to Ball Gym. We're just about set for the start of tonight's game. The introductions of the rosters and the starting lineups. Enjoy that.
First up, a junior, number 1, Max Nitrower. Number 5, a junior, Noah Harrington. Number 12, Declan Gill. Number 22, a senior, Brian Alt. And number 40, a freshman, Riley Duncan. Coach tonight, I lead in this. All right, Allentown, get on your feet and make some noise for your Owls. Starting with number 11 or number 5, a junior, Jackson Adamowitz. A freshman, number 10, Grant Jones. A senior, number 11, Kevin Thomas. A sophomore, number 21, Bracken Barnes. And a freshman, number 34, Ian Kowalski. The Owls are coached tonight by Jen Morgan, Dave Harmon, the legend Mike White, and Billy Vance, head coach, Mr. Joseph Anderson.
Well, there you have them, the starting lineups. Max Nitrower, Noah Harrington, Declan Gill, Brian Alden, Riley Duncan for the visiting Cowan Blackhawks. And on the home side, Jackson Adamowitz, Grant Jones, Kevin Thomas, Bracken Carnes, and Ian Kowalski for the Burris Owls. Burris in home whites with blue lettering and gold trim. Cowan in the road black uniforms, gold and white lettering, white and gold trim. And in the center circle to jump, Kevin Thomas for Burris, and the big story, Riley Duncan. Cowan will move it right to left as we watch it courtside here at midcourt here in the first half. There's the toss, the tip, and it's tipped back and controlled by Burris. And here they come quickly with Bracken Carnes on the wing. Man-to-man defense by Cowan. Gill all over Carnes like a cheap suit. In the corner now, Thomas takes it back out on top. Jones cut off. Adamowitz thought about a 3 on the left wing. Gave it out on top for Thomas. Now back to Carnes. Carnes to the corner of the key. Now to Adamowitz here on the near side wing. He'll come back out between the rings and reset. We're half a minute in. Burris with the first possession. Here's a drive to the baseline. Shot up, no good. Rebound is on the floor. We've got a held ball situation, but they let him scramble. Adamowitz, a great pass to Jones for the first 2 of the night. And it's 2-0, Muncie Burris. Here comes Cowan for the first time with Declan Gill handling against Adamowitz. He comes across the timeline. Adamowitz knocks it away. Gill gets it right back. High post pass. Gets it right back from the screener. That's Harrington. Now out on top. Here's Alt driving. Shot blocked. Burris has it. Here come the Owls leading by a bucket early in the first period. Adamowitz between the legs dribble, drives to the glass, fires, can't get it. Rebound tipped out of bounds off a Burris player. Ian Kowalski couldn't corral it. And that fast, we've got a substitution for Burris as they go to James Roysden for the first time, and Thomas checks out. Backcourt pressure, but token pressure from Burris. One-on-one, man-to-man now in the forecourt. Here on the near wing, Harrington works it on top to Nitrower. Far side to Alt. Thought about a 3. Instead, works it back out on top to Nitrower. Cross-court pass goes back to Alt. Now here near side to Harrington and out to Gill. Gill behind a pick. 3-pointer on the way. Off the front iron, no good. Rebound tip and knocked out of bounds. A battle by Royston and Duncan. And Burris will have the ball. 6:13 of the first quarter. The only bucket of the night belongs to Burris. Grant Jones got the ice broken. It's 2-0 Owls. Across the timeline, Adamowitz on the dribble, guarded by Nitrower, smallest man on the floor. Owls look for a shot. They get it on the top of the key to Adamowitz. Now to Royston on the wing. Just inside the arc, now outside. Royston thought about a drive, picked it up instead. Gets it to Adamowitz. 18-footer, up, no good. Tried to get his own, couldn't. Nitrower battles for the rebound. He's on the floor. 3 men scramble for the ball. Burris is going to come away with it. Now another scramble, and now finally a whistle. In the middle of that melee, it's going to be a common foul against Cowan. Give the foul to Declan Gill. He's the guilty party. First foul of the game. 38 to go first quarter. Burris with an inbounds play along the baseline just to the left of the basket where the key joins the baseline. Comes in, knocked away. Loose, picked up by Jones, and now a whistle on the low post. Another foul against Burris. Give that one to Noah Harrington, his first team second, and another inbounds play from the very same spot. Grants the trigger, gets it into Adamowicz low. He takes it back out around the ring, all the way to the center circle. Man-to-man defense by Cowan, guarding Adamowicz, the leading scorer from Burris at just under 11 a game. Royston on top to the elbow. Now back out on top to Jones. Fakes, drives, cut off, gets it in the corner for Carnes and a three. It's no good air ball, but Royston with the offensive board for Burris. Back to Jones. Has it knocked away, and here's a whistle and a foul. Another foul against Cowan. It's against Harrington again, and just that fast. Substitution time for the Blackhawks. Dylan Gaskell will check in. Sit down with a pair of fouls here in the early going. Three-pointer from Carnes, the air ball again. Rebound by Cowan. Here come the Blackhawks. They haven't scored yet. We're 3 minutes and change into the game. It's 2-0 Burris. Here in the forecourt, Gaskell works to the corner and Alt back out on the wing. Far side corner to Gaskell. He goes down to Duncan, the big man, and here's a whistle before the move inside. It's going to be a common foul against Burris.
34.
Ian Kowalski picks up the personal. That's the first foul of the night against Burris, and the inbounds pass comes into Duncan, who gets it right back to Gill. Now to Nitrar, and now Alt working on Royston. Cross-court pass. Gill drives, loses the handle, out of bounds along the baseline. It'll stay with Cowan. 4:34 to go in the first quarter. It's 2-0 Burris. Another inbounds play just to the left of the basket with Declan Gill to be the man who triggers, and he gets it in. Nice pass to the baseline. Shot up and good by Brian Alt. And we've got a 2-2 tie for the Blackhawks at 14-6 a game. So less than 4 minutes into the game, we've had a lot of activity, not a lot of scoring in a 2-2 contest. Burris has it in the forecourt. In the corner with Carnes. Now out on top to Adamowicz. He'll fire a three. He'll hit a three. Jackson Adamowicz hits the triple. It's 5-2, Muncie Burris. At the 4-minute mark of period number one. Thanks for joining us tonight. Lob pass inside. Duncan takes it up strong, and he's fouled in the act of shooting. Duncan will go to the line. A foul against Burris. It'll go on Grant Jones, his first, second on the team. And 2 free throws for Riley Duncan, who is in his first varsity game as a 6'10 freshman. Chance to score his first point. He misses his first one. He'll have another. This young man will have plenty of pressure on him in the next 4 years, being a 6'10 guy at a 1A school. He's right-handed. Second free throw is good. Duncan has his first varsity point, and it's 5-3, Muncie Burris. Back on the other end, Adamowicz drives, fires up the glass. Beautiful move. He got the bucket. 5 points for Adamowicz early to make it 7-3. Burris in front. To go first quarter. Breaking the press on the dribble is Gill. Now to Alt. Drives the key. Fires, misses. Rebound comes down to Burris's Ian Kowalski. Here come the Owls quickly. Adamowicz drives, kicks to the corner. Now Royston wearing the Michael Jordan 23 on his jersey. Up top, Carnes from the wing, three-pointer, rattles out a second time. Rebound by Royston. His shot off the glass, no good. Rebound by Cowan. Good work on the glass by Alt. Here comes Gill quickly to Gaskell. Fires from the baseline, bumped in the act. We'll see what happens. That should be an active shooting foul and free throws for Gaskell.
Fouls on the Owls, number 30.
The foul is assessed to Ian Kowalski. He's got 2 quick ones, and that'll send Dylan Gaskell to the free throw line. Up to check into the game for Burris again is Kevin Thomas. First free throw from Gill is, or rather from Gaskell, is good. So Dylan is on the board with his first point to make it 7-4. Checking out is Kowalski for Burris, and Duncan for Cowan will take a rest. Go in the first quarter. Now Thomas will be waved into the game for Burris, and he'll replace Roysden. Gaskell waiting on the ball for his second of 2 free throws. He hit the first one. Second one on the way, also good. Gaskell with a perfect tip to the stripe, and the Burris lead is down to 2 at 7-5. Owls have the ball. Now a zone defense for the first time by Cowan. Looks like a 2-3. Three-pointer, near wing, no good by Carnes. Rebound to Cowan. Alt with another board. Nitrar will race it across the timeline now with a chance for Cowan to get their first lead of the night. Alt drives. Check it, Gaskell. A whistle on the shot inside, and Gaskell is going back to the free throw line. Foul is on number 11, Kevin Thomas of Burris. He has 1. That's 4 on the team. Gaskell will go to the line. Dylan's a great kid. Catcher on the baseball team. I had a good chat with him before the game. He said, going to go for 40 tonight? He said, career high of 6? I don't think so. He missed the free throw. Kiss of death. Every time I'm nice to somebody, that happens. Gaskell ready. Second free throw. Up. Good. Gaskell has 3 points, 3 free throws, and it's a 7-6 game with 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Cowan will stay in the zone. Burris will attack. That's Thomas. Now to Adamowicz. High post at the elbow for Jones, who will turn and fire and miss. Rebound is out of bounds on the baseline. Thomas tried to save it, but it came down on the paint. Cowan. Checking in for Burris is number 3, Alex Halley. And Burris will go to man-to-man full court pressure for the first time. Declan Gill beats it with the dribble on his own. Out on top to Nitrar, right back on the wing to Gill. Near side to Walt. He'll drive to his right. Kick far side. 3-pointer from Gaskell. No good. Rebound comes down to Halley and Burris. They'll push it. Leading by a point. Halley drives. Loses the handle. It's free on the floor. About 4 guys on top of it. Out in the scramble. Good job down there on the floor that time by Jalen Kring of Muncie Burris. We'll keep it right here as they go to the bench for a quick break. So what an exciting period. 7-6 game. Cowan has never led. We've had 1 tie at 2. Mostly Burris to this point in the game, and fouls are going to be a big factor. Burris already has 4 team fouls. Cowan has 3. And we have 1:56 to go in the first period. Think we're going to shoot a lot of free throws tonight? I have a feeling we might. So, thanks for joining us for this one. Along, thanks for lending me your ears for a while. High school basketball is one of those rare treats. Hoosier hysteria is alive and well. You just have to go looking for it sometimes. Coming out of the timeout by Burris. They will inbound the ball on the baseline in the forecourt. It comes in to Jackson Adamowicz. 3-2 or maybe a 1-2-2 look, zone-wise defensively by Cowan. Here's a pass in the paint. Shot blocked away. Jack Mace in the game, and he swats it for Cowan. Here come the Blackhawks. They've never led, but they can change that here. Nitrar throws it away, gets it right back off the deflection. He'll work it on the wing. Alt drives top of the key. Near side to Gaskell. Skip pass far side for Gill. 1:25 to go first quarter. Gill brings it near side, throws it away. In the open floor. Here he comes. Missed the jam! And no technical called on hanging on the rim by Thomas on the other end. Cowan turns it over. Here they come the other way. Burris, lob inside. Adamowicz with a beautiful goal. He has 7 points in the game, and it's 9-6. Muncie Burris in front. Wow. That was some kind of 30 seconds we had right there. Declan Gill loses the handle, goes to the floor. Now he's fouled in the backcourt. Joe Anderson, the Burris coach, can't believe it. Jackson Adamowicz is called for a push. He's got his first foul. You hear the crowd. This is almost a full house tonight. Adamowicz with his first foul, the 5th against the team. It's a common foul. Cowan will inbound just on the backcourt side of midcourt across the way. And they get it in easily to Gill, who's guarded tightly one-on-one by Adamowicz. They've been matched up several times tonight. Gill brings it across the timeline into the forecourt. Picks up his dribble in the corner. He needs help. He's in trouble. Gets it back out to Mace. Mace here near wing to Gaskell. Up with a corner drive. Goes baseline. Tries to shoot. Lost the handle as he was going down. We've got another scramble on the floor and a held ball call. Dual possession. As Jack Mace went down to get it for Cowan. And I believe they're going to keep the ball on the Cowan end of the floor. And they do. Cowan will inbound on the baseline, just on this side of the basket. With Declan Gill to trigger it in. Looks, comes into Gaskell. Gaskell fakes, drives, fires. Can't get it, but he's fouled again. Dylan's a smart kid. He understands what's going on. Foul. It's on number 15, R.J. Harmon. First free throw by Gaskell is good. He'll have another. His 4th point makes it 9-7 with 21.5 seconds to go. Second free throw is no good by Gaskell. The rebound to Burris. Let's see if they hold it for one more shot. Clock down to 15. Adamowicz has it out on the Eagles logo. Make it the Owls logo. Clock under 10. They're going to run an isolation play. Clock down to 5. Adamowicz. Nechar comes out to guard him. Adamowicz passes near side. Shot up. No good at the buzzer. Harmon couldn't get it. That's it for the first quarter. First 8 minutes go to Burris. At the break, it's Muncie Burris 9. Cowan 7 on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. Don't go away.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. But the games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. Just underway in the second period. James Royston, check it. It's Kevin Thomas with the turnaround jumper in the paint. Over inbounding the ball. Another Cowan turnover. Game now on that hoop by Thomas, his first bucket of the game. And Burris will inbound in the forecourt, just to the right of the goal. Checking back in is Kraken Carnes. Checking out is Harmon. So RJ takes a quick seat. And the Owls look to get it in. Near corner, Adamowicz has it, stops his dribble, tries to go low post, gets it in, but it's knocked away. We've got a whistle, and it looks like another Cowan foul. Common foul against the Blackhawks. Jack Mace is the guilty party. First foul on Jack, 4th on the team. shortly. Inbounds pass. Carnes free for three. Can't get it. Rebound by Nechar with the shortest man on the floor. Attaboy. I'm 5'8". I'm giving him more. Nechar comes across the timeline. Dribbling to the paint. Kicks it far side. Three-pointer on the way from Gill. Good! Declan Gill is on the scoreboard with a tray to make it 11-10. Burris in front by a point. Here's a baseline pass. Carnes, one dribble, fires it, can't get it. He'll shoot free throws on another foul by Cowan. Jack Mace with his second quick foul, 5th on the team, and it's free throw time for Bracken Carnes. His first trip to the line in the game. Carnes, a right-hander, a sophomore. Takes his time, it's on the way, got it. His first point. He'll have another. 12-10 Owls. Owls have led the entire way except for a tie at 2. Second free throw from Carnes on the way. This one too long. The rebound knocked out of bounds, and it'll go to Cowan. So Carnes got 1 out of 2 of the freebies. It's a 12-10 Owls lead, and again, man-to-man full court pressure by Burris. It's bothered Cowan all night. Here comes Alt dribbling across the timeline. Works it here near wing. Declan Gill, guarded by Adamowitz. That's a good matchup. Alt far side, now out on top to Nechar. Nechar works far wing to Mace, now in the corner to Alt. Alt looks inside, lobs inside for Duncan. He takes it up strong. He converts! He's fouled. He'll have a chance for the first lead of the night for Cowan. Basket counts. First field goal of the career of Riley Duncan. That foul goes against Kring for Burris. Mace checks up for Cowan at the line to shoot the and one free throw. Riley Duncan can give his team its first lead of the game. Fires, hits. Duncan with his 4th point. And Cowan with his first lead at 13-12. Three-pointer on the way. Good from the near corner. Not a very long lead as Bracken Carnes puts in his 4th point and a steal on the inbounds play. Here's another field goal. This one on a drive by Thomas. 5 quick points by Burris. They lead now 17-13. Cowan on the attack. They lob it inside again for Duncan, who's double teamed. Works it back out on top to Nechar. Backs it way off. Three-pointer on the way for the Blackhawks. Gill couldn't get it. Here comes the rebound and the fast break by Burris, but it's stolen away. Here comes Gill. Drives, lays it up. No! Rebound by Burris quickly the other way. 2-on-2. 3 on the wing is Carnes. Feeds the low post. Here's the move inside. Shot no good by Kring. We've got a whistle and a foul in the back court. It's going to be on Burris, and it'll be against Kring. He has 2. And welcome to bonus time. 5:48 to go in the second quarter, and it's bonus time for Cowan. A lot of free throws coming up the rest of the way. They take the long walk to the east end of Ball Gym. And at the line for Cowan is Brian Alt. 2, make it 3 points in the game on a triple. Chance to cut this lead down to 2 if he can get them both. First one is on the way, and it's good. Alt with his 4th point. Another. 17-14 game. Eyes it, skies it, no good off the back iron. Burris with the rebound on a 1 out of 2 trip to the line by Cowan. So they got a 17-14 Burris lead. They've got the ball as well. Out on top, 25 feet from the basket on the volleyball line. Kevin Thomas drives his man to the paint. Can't get the shot to go. Rebound fought for. Comes down to Cowan and a backcourt foul. Adamowitz trying to steal the ball. Not a very wise play by the best player on the floor for Burris. It's costly because it's his 2nd foul now. Didn't like the call. That doesn't matter much. Going to the line for Cowan is Noah Collins. One and the bonus. The next one will be double bonus time. Free throw, no good. Rebound fought for inside. Here comes Burris with the ball now. Another scrum at midcourt. Carnes comes away with it, leaves it for Adamowicz. He fakes, fires, hits. Adamowicz with a pretty move on the baseline. He's got 9 points. 14. Burris out in front. Now an official timeout. Not sure what that's about. Apparently Duncan has a little blood. Not sure if, yeah, it's his nose. I can see it from here. A little bit of a bloody nose. Not too bad. So the official stopped play with 5:08 to go in the second quarter. What a quarter it has been. It was 9-7 Burris at the first stop. Since then, we've gone to 19. Muncie Burris out in front. Quick check of the leading scorers during the dead ball time. Adamowicz from Burris with 9 points to lead the Owls. We look down here on the Cowan side of the sheet. Pretty balanced. 3 from Gill, 4 for Alt, 4 for Duncan. Oh, there's a trend there. How do you like them apples? So the freshman center, Duncan, came out to get some wadding in his left nostril. They got him taken care of, and now we're back under play. Clock rolls down to 5 minutes in the first half. Burris showing a zone look on defense this trip. Cowan trying to figure out what they're doing. In the rings is Declan Gill. Now to Mietrauer on the far side. Out on top to Collins. Collins, cross-court pass, throws it into the first row. Another turnover by Cowan. That was a mess. Ball goes to Burris. They'll inbound it in the backcourt, but about a foot from the timeline, and it comes in from Halley to Adamowicz. Cowan man up this trip. Adamowicz drives to the paint, has it knocked away. It's going to be a foul on the floor before any shot. It's against Collins of Cowan. Noah has a foul. 6th against the Blackhawks. And the inbounds play to the right of the goal with Halley to inbound and pass in. Looks for someone to get it to. Comes into Thomas. He'll launch a 3. No good. Rebound by Jack Mace is knocked out of his hands. The ball rolls out. Play to the sideline. 3 bodies go to the floor. And the basketball will go to Cowan. Carnes, Thomas, and Mace all went tumbling to the pine. Now checking in for Cowan again is Dylan Gaskell as Jack Mace checks out. So you've got Collins, Gaskell, Alt, Gill, and Neutron out there for Cowan. You got Roysden, Adamowicz, Carnes, Thomas, and Halley for Burris. Here's a drive. Up off the glass, a travel. One extra step by Declan Gill. Another turnover. Unofficially 5 against Cowan. Unofficially 4 by Burris. 4:19 to go first half. 19-14. Burris with the lead and the ball. Dribbling out near the arc. Halley gives it off to Barnes. So make it Carnes. Carnes will go to his left, picks up his dribble. He's in trouble. Needs out. Gets it to Adamowicz. Out near the center circle as he works on Noah Collins. Far side to Carnes. 3-pointer up behind the pick. Got it! Bracken Carnes. 7 points in the game. Biggest lead for Burris of 22-14. 3:45 to go in the first quarter. Blackhawks need to get a little run going here to get their way back in the game. On the far wing, Collins will drive it Adamowicz, picks it up, throws it into the crowd. Another turnover by the Blackhawks. And Burris will say thank you very much. 22-14 Owls. They're looking to break an 11-game losing skid. Blackhawks have lost 4 games in a row, and up to check in at the next dead ball is the 6'10 freshman Riley Duncan of Cowan. Burris has it on their end. Adamowicz dribbled it off his own foot, got it back. Now at the corner of the key, Jones back out on top to Hallie. He'll drive to the paint. Gets it to Thomas, who drives all the way to the basket. Fires, hits. Kevin Thomas. Nice drive and a finish to make it 24-14. First double-digit lead of the night. And Burris has a 10-point cushion with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Blackhawks with the ball. Man-to-man defense by Burris. High post pass to Alt. He fakes. Fires an 18-footer. It won't go. Chance for his own rebound, but it gets knocked out of his hands by a Burris defender. The ball will stay with Cowan. And checking into the game is Riley Duncan, and checking out is Noah Collins. So the 6'10 freshman back in, and they'll run a stack play up the side of the key with Gill to get it in. Comes in right near the basket, and a little bunny put it off the glass by Brian Alt. He has 6 points in the game. Three-pointer on the other end won't go. Rebound, bucket on the other end by Royston. Timeout by Cowan. 36 to go before halftime. We'll take the break. It's Burris 26. Cowan 16 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Don't go away.
A wintry Friday night. Museum in a tight-knit community. A shot taken. History made. A state of delirium? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit. Pure sport. Pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Brian Beaver back with you from Ball Gym. Sorry about that delay. The reason I paused is because you can't see the scoreboard from the broadcast position at Ball Gym. You see about 2/3 of it. So I have to kind of lean and look cockeyed with one eye to see the full score. It's awesome. Love it. Anyway, we're all set to go off the timeout by Cowan. They'll inbound the ball, trailing by 10 at 26-16. We need a little spurt here from the Cowan side to get this game closer, going into the locker rooms at intermission. Crossing the timeline on the dribble is Declan Gill. Look this time defensively by Burris. High post pass is thrown away. Here's a fast break the other way. Shot up, won't go. Hallie couldn't get the bucket, but he'll shoot free throws on a Cowan foul. I think it was Dylan Gaskell. It is Dylan Gaskell who picks up the foul. His first, 7th against the team. The next one will be bonus time. This one is a 2-shot opportunity for Alex Hallie. He's not on the board yet, but he's about to change that maybe. Right-hander takes his time, fires, misses. Broadcaster kiss of death. Strikes again. He'll have another one. Clock at 2:17 here in the second quarter. Next free throw by Alex Hallie is up. This one is good. So Hallie is on the board with his first point. Biggest lead of the night at 11 now, 27-16. Burris in front of Cowan. Gaskell looks inside, works it in the corner. Gill, three-pointer, no. Long rebound comes up, look out. Royston in the open floor. He goes up, misses the lay-in. And a whistle. I think wanted to dunk and couldn't figure out how to get it done. And we've got a foul to top it off by Burris in the rebound battle. Grant Jones picks up the foul. It's the 10th against the team. It's double bonus time. We've had 2 times tonight where Burris men have been in the open floor, wanted to dunk. Kevin Thomas tried and missed. And that time Royston thought about it, but laid it up and missed it. The line go the Blackhawks. With 1:59 to go in the second quarter, free throw opportunity for Declan Gill. First one, no good. Have another. 27-16 game. Missed them both. Rebound comes down to Burris, and they push the pace. Hallie for 3, near wing, no good. Didn't draw iron, only glass. Offensive rebound, though. Follow-up no good by Thomas. Saved back into Nietrauer. Here comes Dylan Gaskell across the timeline. Throws it away. Cowan picks it up in the backcourt. Now the officials are going to have to conference because one said there was a touch. The other said there wasn't a touch. The far official wanted to call over and back. Says no, it was tipped, and it's going to go to Cowan. I think they got that right. The guy with the best view of it was the closest one here and made the call. So Cowan will have the ball in the backcourt, just on the backcourt side of midcourt. And Brian Alt will inbound at the Max Nietrauer. Minute 37 to go. 27-16 Burris lead. Cowan tried to chip away at it. Nietrauer, Gaskell, near wing. Baseline pass to Alt. Double team, forces it up. Blocked. Clean block. That's going to be a double possession, double held ball, if you will, dual possession. The arrow points to Cowan again, and they'll get a break there because that was a clean block by Kevin Thomas. Beautiful defensive play. Gill to inbound, looks to throw it in, comes in deep to Nietrauer out near the volleyball line. There to go. Near side three from the wing, no good by Alt. Rebound by Thomas. Here comes Burris. Thomas to the elbow, to the baseline. Now backs it out to the corner. Adamowicz free for three. No, rattled out from the wing. Rebound by Nietrauer. Cowan. Here he comes with $1:05 to go, first quarter. Blackhawks need a goal. Three-pointer, near corner, no good by Alt. He was wide open, just couldn't hit it. Thomas with another rebound for Burris. Under a minute to go before halftime. 27-16, Burris lead. Man-to-man this trip defensively by Cowan. Adamowicz sees it. He's guarded closely by Declan Gill. 25 feet from the goal. Drives to the paint. Pulls up. Fires from 12. Can't get it. Rebound tip. Comes away to Gaskell of Cowan. Let's see if they play for the one shot or go for a 2-for-1 here with 32 seconds to go in the period. It's an 11-point Burris lead. They'll show man-to-man this trip. Gaskell. Gill looking to use the screen. Instead, he goes to the corner to Nietrauer. Feeds the post. Shot up the glass. No good by Duncan. Rebound Burris. They've got 15 seconds to do something with it before halftime. Clock down to 10. Adamowicz out on the logo at midcourt. Dribbles to the near side wing of the arc. Drives to the free throw line. Lost the handle. Picks it up. Fires to Jones. To Thomas, rather. He can't get it. And another shot no good. And that'll do it for the first half. We've played 16 minutes of hard-nosed basketball. At the break, Burris in the driver's seat. It's the Owls 27, Cowan 16. We'll take a break and be back with the numbers at halftime after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
From Jamestown to Jonesville, from North Salem to South Milford, from River Forest to Grass Creek. No matter where you live in Indiana, you can enjoy high school sports coverage at its very best on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. It's 35 powerhouse radio stations, Fox Sports Indiana, and the World Wide Web, combining their vast resources to blanket the state, the Midwest, and the world with the purest, most riveting presentation of high school sports in America. From Anderson to Attica, Kendallville to Kokomo, follow the high school sports that make our state great all season long. Thank you, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, and welcome home.
Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history, I love world history. Baseball? Wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. There's so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. There's still a place. There's still a place where performance is enhanced by extra effort, not by performance-enhancing drugs. There's still a place where contracts are between coaches and players, and the terms are non-negotiable. There's still a place where an edge is something you gain by working harder than your opponent. There's still a place where sport is pure. That place is the high school in your community. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we believe that while competition can be fierce, it doesn't change the fact that it's only a game. The goal may be to win, but the point is to have fun. And if you want to be reminded of just how great sports can be when they're played the right way, then the place to be is at a high school sporting event in your community. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message made possible by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community. There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. Presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We're at halftime from Ball Gym. Muncie Burris out in front of Cowan by a score of 27-16. It was Burris 9, Cowan 7 at the end of one quarter. 18-9, the Muncie Burris advantage in period number 2 to take that 11-point lead at 27-16. That is the biggest lead of the ball game. And Burris closed out the first half with a really nice spurt. Game was tied twice. Once in the first quarter at 2, once in the second quarter at 12. So from that 12-12 tie, Burris went on a 15-4 run to expand that lead to 11 points. That was really about the best 3 or 4 minutes of basketball they've played in this game so far tonight. Cowan has only had one lead. It was briefly at 13-12, but didn't last long as Burris came down, got a couple quick hoops, and the spurt was on, and there you have it. So quite a first half. Quite a first half indeed by Muncie Burris. Turnovers have been plentiful, but not as many as you might think. We've had a lot of deflected balls and a lot of scrums on the floor and a lot of fouls called. And free throws and fouls are going to be a big factor in the second half. But all in all, we've got ourselves a pretty competitive game with the teams in the locker room. Unofficially in the first half, scoring-wise, first for the leaders, Muncie Burris. Sheet 9 points for Jackson Adamowitz, 7 for Bracken Carnes, 6 for Kevin Thomas, 2 for James Royston off the bench, 2 for Grant Jones, 1 for Alex Halley. We had 3 players who didn't score. Ian Kowalski played, hung the donut, so did Jalen Crane, so did R.J. Harmon for Burris in their total of 27. For Cowan in the first half, 5 points from Brian Alt, 4 from Riley Duncan, 4 from Dylan Gaskell, 3 from Declan Gill on a 3-point bucket. So Cowan needs to get a little more scoring going. Their leading scorer coming in tonight is Brian Alt, and he has 5 at halftime, but Gill who scores about 13 a game, only has 3. And halftime, they need to get him going. Does Cowan. Burris is back out of the locker room onto the floor. It won't be long before the same holds true for the Cowan Blackhawks. And again, unofficially in the first half, turnover-wise, 7 for Cowan, 4 for Burris. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll open the third period. You're on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
Have you noticed? Sports today are different. Today's athletes are bigger and stronger. They run faster, jump higher, and hit harder than ever before. But there is one thing that hasn't changed about sports, and that's the importance of practicing sportsmanship. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we like to remind you that winning isn't everything. The way you play matters, and a true champion plays the game with respect. For the opponent, for the coaches, and for the officials. True champions practice sportsmanship with the same degree of intensity that they play the games themselves. Sports may evolve, athletes may change, but the mark of a true champion will always be the same. Play like a champion. Practice sportsmanship. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
From Jamestown to Jonesville, from North Salem to South Milford, from River Forest to Grass Creek. No matter where you live in Indiana, you can enjoy high school sports coverage at its very best on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. It's 35 powerhouse radio stations, Fox Sports Indiana, and the World Wide Web, combining their vast resources to blanket the state, the Midwest, and the world with the purest, most riveting presentation of high school sports in America. From Anderson to Attica, Kendallville to Kokomo, follow the high school sports that make our state great all season long. Thank you, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, and welcome home.
We're back at Ball Gym, just about set for the second half action to begin. Several players will start the third period with 2 fouls apiece. For Cowan, Noah Harrington has 2. Jack Mace has 2. 4 players with a pair of fouls for Burris. Jackson Adamowitz with 2. Grant Jones with 2. Ian Kowalski with a pair. And 2 fouls also in the game for Jalen Crane. So we'll wipe the team fouls clean, and let's see who gets to the bonus first as Burris takes the ball and inbounds it, leading 27-16 to start the third quarter. With the ball on the dribble between the rings. Picks it up, works high post to Jones. Pass knocked away. It's on the floor. Another scrum, another turnover. This one by Muncie Burris, and a travel call for a turnover right back by Cowan. This officiating crew is really letting them muscle up on the loose balls, and they've called it evenly, but boy, they're letting them really play on scrums down on the floor. Just that quickly, Muncie Burris has a sub in the game, 16 seconds into the third quarter. James Roysden checks in. The injured player is Kevin Thomas, who looks like he got one in the nose. Not sure whether it was a knee, an elbow, or whatever. And we've got an official's timeout. So how do you like them apples? Thomas, one of those players with a lot of energy. He's played a nice game, but he'll go to the bench with that bloody nose. Well, thanks for being along with us tonight. Join us again tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock tip-off from Hoosier Gym in Knightstown, the historic Hoosier Gym. As we have 6 games in a row tomorrow at Hoosier Gym, and the first one involves the Delaware County team as Daleville takes on Waldron. 3 Delaware County teams will play down there tomorrow. Daleville-Waldron game, Cowan will play Alexandria. there'll be a game between that one and then Yorktown Monroe Central at 4:30. We'll have the first of those games tomorrow morning at 11 here on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. And you never know. You got to keep your eyes on my Twitter feed at Delco Preps. I might sneak a second game in if I'm not half dead tomorrow after all this basketball rapid fire succession. But we've got an injury timeout by the officials as Kevin Thomas of Burris in the middle of a battle for a ball on the floor. Got one in the nose and has a bloody nose. And so bloody noses are tied 1-1 because Riley Duncan of Cowan came out of the game a little earlier with his own version of the bloody nose. But he's okay now, no worse for the wear. And we're going to be hearing a lot about him at 6'10" as a freshman. And trust me, he's not a project. He does have some talent and skill. He's a nice-looking young player. They're going to make him into quite a force at 6'10". He's the biggest player in Delaware County in quite a while. Probably since camping at Yorktown, pushed 7 feet. So that's going back a ways, almost 10 years, maybe more. But not a lot of tree toppers in Delaware County, but we've got one on the south side of the county at Cowan in Riley Duncan, who goes 6'10", and just looking at him eyeballing it, probably weighs in the low 2s. Not a huge guy yet, hasn't filled out yet. He's probably only 14 years old, for crying out loud. Look at those feet, though. Those got to be size 13, 14, 15 or more. The grocery bill. Real trouble at the Duncan house. If you're wondering why I'm gabbing, we're cleaning up blood on the floor across the way around the arc on the east end of the gym after that bloody nose by Burris's Kevin Thomas. They're going to do the universal precautions cleanup with the gloves and no hazmat suit, but they're trying to get any blood that's on the floor off the floor so the players aren't exposed to it. And that's so we played 16 seconds before all of this happened. We came to a screeching halt in the game, and we've been down now several minutes. The players are anxious to get going. They want to play some basketball, and they're giving the floor a good once over to see if there's any more of it out there, but I think they've got all the drops of blood off the floor. Cowan about set to go back out there. When they do go back out there, they'll have Noah Harrington, Declan Gill, Riley Duncan, Max Nietrauer, and Brian Alt, the original starting 5. And Burris now will have the ball across the way on the held ball, and they'll inbound it with Grant and Jones to do the honors, and it comes into Adamowitz. So we're back underway, 27-16, early third quarter. Burris with the ball and the lead. Carnes out around the arc, man-to-man defense. Little zone look out on top by Cowan. Carnes has it, swings it right side to Jones, works it back out between the circles to Adamowitz, who's guarded closely by Nietrauer. High post pass. Royston, one dribble. 8-footer, no good. Rebound, Gill of Cowan. Blackhawks need to get off the schneid. They haven't had a field goal in a long time. Going well back into the second quarter. They'll work it for the first time here in the third quarter on the right end. Into Duncan. Double team. Fires. Hits. He muscled that one in, and that was a beauty by the freshman. 6 points in the game for Riley Duncan. I believe the foul is going to go on Grant Jones. That's his third personal. 27-18 the score, and trying to make it 27-19 is Riley Duncan, the big 6'10 freshman. Missed the free throw. Rebound goes to Burris. Down to the other end. Three-pointer on the way. Carnes can't get it. Rebound fought for. Yanked out of the air by the big Mr. Duncan. Here comes Cowan. Trailing 27-18. Nietrauer on top. Near wing to Gill. High post to Harrington. In the corner far side. Alt jab step. Drive. Lays it up. Got it! Whistle. Foul. Looks like they'll count the goal, and they will. Beautiful drive and bucket by Brian Alt. It's in the game. That makes it 27-20, and right away, Grant Jones has his fourth foul. He picks up 2 fouls in 1:24, and he checks right out. And Halley's back in the game for him for Burris. at the line. Bryant Alt with a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. He got it. Look out. Cowan making a little run here at 27-21. They've cut the lead in half. 6:30 to go. Third quarter. Carnes has it for the Owls in the forecourt. Works it to the corner now. Back out on top to Halley. Halley looking at a 2-3 zone by Cowan. Adamowicz, far side wing to Carnes. He'll uncork a three. No good. Rebound knocked back in, but it was out of bounds. Good hustle play by Muncie Burris that time as Ian Kowalski dived and tried to save it but couldn't. So the Blackhawks are coming alive. They've had a 5-0 spurt to start the third quarter. They've got the lead down to 27-21. Here's Harrington at the free throw line, outside to Nietrauer, near wing, feed below. Duncan tried to get it, couldn't do it. Turnover, Cowan. Here come the Owls. Carnes has it, outside the arc. They swing it to Halley, now to Adamowicz. Out here on the near side wing. Near side corner, another three on the way. Carnes no good again, and an offensive board and a foul by Cowan in the process. Brian Alt of Cowan with his first personal, first against the team here in the second half. And an inbounds play for the Owls just to the far side of the east goal here. 2-3 zone defensively for Cowan on the inbounds play. Comes into Adamowicz. He'll dribble back out and now get it to Halley. Swing it near side wing to Carnes. Back out on top to Adamowicz. Carnes thought about a three, nearly traveled. Royston, Adamowicz. Three-pointer on the way, no. Rebound inside, knocked away. It's free. Shot blocked away. Adamowicz went up, swatted by Duncan on a great defensive play by the ninth grader. Here come the Blackhawks. Don't sleep on the guys in black here. Way too much time left. Thrown out of bounds as Nietrauer drove it and tried to get it to Harrington. Turnover by the Blackhawks. I've got them unofficially for 10 in the game. And with 5:07 to go third quarter, Burris will have it and bring it to full 84 feet. That 2-3 zone go the Blackhawks. It's been effective. Halley, three-pointer near wing. Got it. Alex Halley. Fourth point of the game. 30-21. And now showing some backcourt pressure is Burris. As Gill works on Adamowicz, drives it across the timeline. Alt across the way in the corner. Gets it off to Gill. Nietrauer free for a three-pointer. Got it! Max Nietrauer buries the triple. It's 30-24. Cowan within 6. 4:25 to go, third quarter. Owls have the ball and the lead. Adamowicz working on that 2-3 zone. Pass to the high post to Royston. He'll drive it, has it knocked away, but Adamowicz picks it up for the Owls. They'll recycle the offense. Halley with it, works it on top to Adamowicz. They swing far side to Carnes. Pass to the post. Royston drives, lays it in. Beautiful move inside by James Royston. His second bucket to make it 32-24. Royston with 4 in the game. Under 4 minutes to go third quarter. There's Brian out for Cowan, driving all the way to the hole, forces it up. No, got his own, shoots again. He's fouled. He'll go to the stripe. On good work on the glass by Alt. The foul against Alex Halley. He has 1, 3 on the team, and to the free throw line is Brian Alt. First one of 2 is off the iron, no good. Cowan has struggled at the line in this game. Alt will have another. Looking for his 9th point of the game. This one on the way. Also no good, but Duncan has the rebound. It's knocked out of his hands. He goes to the floor with it, and it's thrown out of bounds. Cowan leaving a lot of points at the bank at the free throw line and not converting. And the ball goes out of bounds, and it belongs to Burris. 3:49 to go third quarter. 32-24 ball game with the Owls out in front by 8 as they work the offense here on the near end. On the wing, drives it, now goes low post. Move inside by Kring. Fires on the run. Can't get it, but he's fouled by Duncan. Kowalski to go to the line. Foul is going to be on Duncan of Cowan. His first foul in the game. Second against the team. 2 free throws for Kowalski, and he bricks the first one. Wasn't close. This has not been a free throw shooting clinic by either team tonight, being honest. But Kowalski will have a chance at another one. He's scoreless in the game. It's on the way. Missed them both. Rebound by Brian Alt of Cowan. Here come the Blackhawks, trailing 32-24. A three-pointer here would really make this interesting. Alt outside the arc. Picks up his one dribble. Now they work it to Harrington and now out on top to Gill. Near side to Nietrauer. Man-to-man defense by Burris. Here's a drive to the paint. A runner up. No good by Alt. Rebound by Burris. And Duncan picks up a cheap foul. The big guy trying to avoid contact with the littler man. And he just basically over a compact car as he ran over Hallie. Second quick foul for Duncan. Third on the team. Both teams with 3. Down it in the backcourt and bring it the full length of the floor. 3 minutes and a second to go. Now we're under 3 as Adamowicz feeds for a near side arc 3 by Carnes. No good, but he got his own. Now it's loose on the floor. Hallie picks it up for the Owls. He'll fire a 3. No good. Good block out inside by Cowan, and they come away with the board. Brian Alt doing the honors, but the block out was a beauty by Noah Harrington. Blackhawks trying to get closer. Nietrauer works it near wing to Gill. High post pass thrown away. Another Cowan turnover. Here comes Burris. Adamowicz launches for 3. It's off the back iron. No good. Goes to the far corner. The one-hop rebound to the smallest man on the floor. Max Nietrauer. 15 to go third quarter. 32-24. Burris ahead. Nietrauer tried to drive. Got cut off by good defense. Now Noah Harrington feeds underneath for Duncan. And they throw it away again. That lob's got to be higher. It's an effective pass if it's higher, but they threw it too low. Timeout by Muncie Burris. They want to tuck things over. We'll keep it right here. 2:03 left in the third quarter. Make a little run and make some noise. They trailed by 11 at halftime. They trail by 8 now. They had it down to 6 a couple of times at 27-21 and 30-24. The timeout by Joe Anderson and Muncie Burris. And both teams on the benches. Cowan's trying to make a little push here and make this a tighter game. Blackhawks have only had one brief lead. It was at 13-12. You can hear the student section across the way from Burris. The Owl's Nest is what they call it. They're having a good time. Hey, remember when you were 17? Yeah. A little bit of energy. A little feisty on a Friday night? Yeah, I remember it all too well. So the buzzer sounds, teams go back to the floor, and we're about to set this scene again. Coming out of the timeout, 32-24. Burris leading. Burris, ball. They'll inbound in the forecourt across the way, about 10 feet from the timeline, and they'll throw it in the backcourt to Jackson Adamowicz, and he'll dribble across the timeline here on the near side. Looks for a high screen from Kowalski. Drives around it, picks it up. Duncan picked him up. Kowalski swings it to Carnes in the corner. Carnes wants to go baseline, can't do it. Way back out on top to Hallie. Now they feed the baseline. Here's a drive by Kring. Has it knocked away. Picks it up again. Tries the baseline again. Swatted away by Duncan. It's saved back in, but it comes to Cowan. Couple of blocks in the game by the big ninth grader. And Cowan has the ball and a chance to cut into that Burris 8-point lead. We're under a minute 30 to go, third quarter. Max Nietrauer works it far side to the wing. Alt, Gill, now back to Alt here on the near wing. Back out on top, 40 feet from the basket to Nietrauer. Gill has it, working on Adamowicz. Back on top to Nietrauer. Feed to the high post. Harrington, back out to Alt. He'll launch for 3. Can't get it. Rebound was briefly in Duncan's hands, comes away to Burris. Here they come quickly. Halley driving, firing, can't get it. He'll shoot free throws on a foul by Cowan. Clock stops with just under a minute left. Max Nietrauer picks up the personal foul for Cowan. Fourth against the team, and it's free throw time for Alex Halley, who's 1 out of 2 from the stripe in the game. He has 4 points. First one on the way. First one, no good. Rattled out. These teams are shooting, if they're shooting 50% from the line for the game, that's conservative. They have not shot free throws well on either side of this floor tonight. Royston quickly up to check in, and Kowalski out in between the free throws by Halley. It's a 32-24 game. Halley will have one more free throw. Looking for point number 5. He missed it again, but Royston with the offensive glass for Burris. He's a great rebounder. Tell his dad, Keith, I said that. Clock now to 50 seconds. Third quarter, 32-24. Burris leading Cowan. Burris with the ball. Halley dribbling on Nietrauer. Still dribbling. Now out on top. Adamowicz thought about a 3. Gets it back to Halley instead. Clock down to 35. They're going to run one shot here. Let's see. Halley has it 40 feet from the basket. Dribbles to the top of the key. Picks it up. Leaves it high post. Now back out on top to Carnes. Carnes guarded by Gill. Carnes works far side wing to Adamowicz. Clock down to 15. And now Adamowicz goes to the center circle and says, come get me, Jack Mace. High ISO. Drives to the free throw line. Throws it to the baseline. Now saved back in. Clock down to 5. Out on top. 3-pointer from Halley. Got it! Halley cashes in the triple for the third quarter. What a cold-blooded dagger that was from Halley to end the third quarter. Wow. We're 8 minutes away from deciding this one. We go to the fourth quarter. It's Muncie Burris 35, Cowan 24 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We go to the fourth quarter. Muncie Burris weathers a little Burris Cowan run there, and that dagger 3-pointer to end things in the final seconds of the third quarter to make it an 11-point game again at 35-24. Blackhawks had it down to 6 points 2 different times. Start the fourth quarter with the Blackhawks inbounding the ball. Comes in to Gill. Let's see if the Blackhawks have one more run in them. Gill driving to the paint. Leaves a pass to the baseline. It's tipped out of bounds by Burris. It'll belong to Cowan. Play just to the left of the basket. Gill brings it in. They swing it far side. Right back to him in the corner for a 3-pointer. No good. Offensive glass by Harrington. Nietrauer has it. They'll get another chance. Cowan trying to get a bucket. Harrington on the wing. Way back out on top to Nietrauer. Far side wing. Gill drives. Has his shot blocked. He drove into 3 men. Shot blocked again. Long lead pass ahead to Halley. Let's see what he does. Drives. Fires. Can't get it. But he'll go to the free throw line. On a foul by Cowan. Noah Harrington picks up his third foul. That's the 5th in the second half on Cowan. And 2 free throws. For Alex Halley, who has not put on a clinic at the line, but he rattles this one in. 8 points in the game for Alex. Only 2 out of 5 at the stripe. Checking in for Cowan, the big man, the freshman, 6'10", Riley Duncan. Checking out, Noah Harrington. Another free throw on the way for Alex Halley. Biggest lead of the night at 12 now for Burris, trying to make it 13. Halley fires. He misses. Royston with the offensive rebound for Burris. He is a great rebounder. Burris will keep the ball, leading by a dozen. Far side to Carnes, outside the arc. Thought about a three. Feeds the low post instead. Shot up off the glass, no good. Offensive foul on Jalen Kring of Burris. He has his third. Fourth on the team for the Owls. And it'll be a backcourt inbounds play for Dylan Gaskell and Cowan. They got to get going in a hurry here. Still plenty of time with 7 minutes and change, but you got to start scoring. You need sandwiches. You need score, stop, score. Here on the offensive end, it's Declan Gill. Works to the paint. Back out on top. Dylan Gaskell, three-pointer. Yes! Gaskell with a tray. He has 7 points in the game, and it's 36-27, and that's a career high for Dylan. Attaboy. Corner of the key jumper on the other end by Carnes. Won't go for the Owls. The rebound to Duncan, the 6'10", ninth grader. So here we go. If you can get a score on this end, you get that score, stop, score if you're Cowan and you get in the game. Free throw line jumper. Good. Money. Declan Gill. He hits it. The official briefly stops play and says, let the ball go through the net and don't touch it. 6-29. Burris with the ball. 6:15 to go in the game. Adamowicz dribbling against Nietrauer. Free from the far wing for three. Up no good by Halley. Duncan with another board for Cowan, and here they come. Can they get another hoop and really tighten this up? Trailing 36-29, early fourth quarter. Gaskell, another three-pointer. This one in and out, no good. Rebound to Halley of Burris, and they'll bring it quickly down the floor. Pass ahead, Adamowicz, wide open three. No. Off the front iron. Rebound, tipped. Taken up by Halley of Burris. They'll get another chance. They've had good offensive rebounding tonight for the Owls. Halley working on Jack Mace of Cowan. Picks up his dribble. Right back to him from the high post pick. Looks inside. Feeds Royston. He's fouled before he can do anything with the ball. Common foul. Dylan Gaskell picks up the personal foul. That's the second one on Dylan. Sixth one on the Blackhawks. And checking in for Burris, Ian Kowalski comes in. Jalen Kring goes to the bench. Just to the far side of the backboard for the Owls, who lead it with 5.5 minutes to go in the game. Dribbles to the top of the key. Gives it off to Halley, guarded by Mace. Man-to-man this time by the Blackhawks. Royston on the wing. Feeds low post to Adamowicz. Guarded by Nietrauer. He backs him down. Fakes. Fires. Blocked away by Duncan, but we've got a whistle and a foul. Smart move by Adamowicz. Looks like it's on Duncan. Third one on Duncan. Seventh one against Cowan, and it's bonus time. First shot up by Adamowicz and good. 10th point for Adamowicz, his first point in the second half to make it 37-29. Blackhawks will bring Jack Mace out of the game and send Brian Alt back in. Another free throw coming for Jackson Adamowicz. He rattles out the second one. Duncan with the rebound, and he's fouled on a reach in by Burris. The foul is on Kowalski. He's got 3. Fourth one against the team, if the board is correct. was a common foul in the backcourt. It's going to be the 5th team foul for Burris. And with 5:11 left in the fourth quarter, a 37-29 contest. Cowan has the ball. Let's see if they can get a hoop and tighten this up. Here comes Declan Gill behind a pick. Top of the key, 3, no good. Rebound inside by Duncan. Takes it up, blocked away. Rebound forced up and back in. Beautiful work inside on the offensive glass by Alt. And it's 37-31. Hoop on the other end. Adamowicz with a bucket. He's got a dozen. 39-31. Back the other way comes Cowan. Nechar drives it. Gives it off to Gill. Check it, Gaskell. Now Alt with a drive. Jump stop. Fires. Can't get it. Duncan with the offensive glass. Takes it up. No. Rebound battle comes down to Burris. And Adamowicz stepped on the baseline. Adamowicz has 12 points in the game, and that leads all scorers. He's had a nice game. Cowan to inbound in the forecourt under the basket. About 10 feet to the right of the backboard with 4:19 to go. The high lob comes in to Duncan. He has it stolen. Adamowicz all by himself lays it in. 14 points for Adamowicz, and it's 41-31, a 10-point bulge again for Burris with 4 minutes and change to go in the game. Gaskell, 3-pointer for Cowan. Can't get it. Rebound by Royston of Burris. James must have 7 or 8 boards in this game. Corner 3 on the way. No good by Halley. Rebound by Cowan. Here comes Gill. Nechar thought about that 3. Works it skip pass here near side arc. Good pass from Gaskell underneath. Shot just won't go for Brian Alt, but he'll shoot free throws. Foul is on number 11, Kevin Thomas of Muncie Burris. That's only his 2nd foul. 6th against the team, and it's free throw time again for Brian Alt. First one on the way. First one short, no good. He'll have another. Wow. Alt is 2 for 6 from the line, and Cowan looks back on this one. They'll say we left a lot of points at the free throw line tonight. One more chance for Brian Alt, looking for his 11th point. The second one, rebound by Royston again of Burris. Here they come with 3:35 to go in the game, leading 41-31. Adamowicz, far side to Thomas, playing with a wad of Kleenex in his nose after that nasty bloody nose earlier. Gets it outside to Adamowicz. Uses a pick by Royston. Now feeds underneath, and it's out of bounds. It was just tipped by Noah Harrington of Cowan. Good call by the baseline official with Burris. 3:16 to go in the game. Owls lead at 41-31. They've weathered a couple of storms by Cowan. Bounce pass comes into Royston. He'll drive. Fire. Can't get it, but he's fouled again. See if it's on Duncan. No. Going to be on Declan Gill. And that'll send Royston to the free throw line. James' first trip to the stripe. First one, no good. The 2-shot foul, and he'll have another. We're down to 3:14 left in the game. Burris has had its lead back up to 10 now after having it chipped away to 6 a couple times. For his next point, can he get it? No, he missed them both, and the rebound is tipped out of bounds off of Burris. It belongs to Cowan. If you want to see how not to shoot free throws, this is the game film you want to watch because these teams have struggled. Cowan's still not dead, though. They get it in bounds. They need to score quickly, though. Trailing by 10 with 3:09 to go in the game. 41-31 Burris. Across the timeline on the dribble. Declan Gill. Give and go to the high post man, Harrington. Harrington gives it back to Gill. He'll fire a long 2. Can't get it. Rebound tipped and controlled by Burris. Here come the Owls. They're comfortable, but not in the driver's seat just yet. I have a shot forced up. It won't go. We're going to have more free throws on a move inside by Kevin Thomas. 22, Brian Alt on the foul. 2 on him, 9 on the team. Back to the free throw line. Kevin Thomas, 2-shot foul. First one is money. 7th point of the game for Kevin Thomas, and it makes it 42-31. Let's see if he can get them both. Second one is good as well. 8 points in the game for Thomas. We've got a whistle and a Cowan timeout. We'll take the break with him. 2:46 left in this one. It's Burris 43, Cowan 31 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. The Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. Ball gym, the final. 2:46 in this one, with Burris out in front of Cowan, 43-31. Cowan timeout. Blackhawks will really need to get a bucket in the worst way here. You figure with 2:46 to go, that eventually you're going to start fouling, but you've really got to score 2 or 3 times to your opponent's every one. And now Dylan Gaskell being told you can run the entire baseline for Cowan. He'll inbound the ball, the senior will. And it comes in on the near sideline to Declan Gill, who dribbles into a double team. Now back out on top. Pass tipped away. Now they get it back to Gill. All alone for 3. It's on the way. No good. Rebound battle inside, ball all over the floor. 3 or 4 men are down on it. And we've got a whistle and a held ball, a jump ball call. We'll see who gets the arrow. Up to check back in. Jack Mace for Cowan. Burris will get the ball. It'll be Grant Jones to pass it. Full court pressure coming from Cowan as they'll look to trap if they don't steal. Now they do trap in the backcourt. Knocked away, knocked out of bounds on the far sideline. It'll stay with Burris. Nearly a turnover as Kevin Thomas had it knocked out of his hands, but Burris will keep the ball with 2:24 to go. Grant Jones will inbound it again. And first it's going to be a substitution as Thomas comes out for Burris and Halley goes back in. Jones to throw it in the backcourt. Comes into Adamowitz, guarded by Jack Mace. They'll try to double team. And now Adamowitz, oh man, that could have been a chicken wing offensive foul, but the foul is going to go against Cowan's Declan Gill. That was very close to being a clear out by Adamowitz. The foul goes against Gill instead. Back to the stripe. With 2:18 left in the game, and Lee Ingalls, the coach from Cowan, is up and not happy at all. Giving some helper, you know what, helper, burger helper. And Lee Ingalls got warned, and now he's up again. This official is getting an earful from the Cowan head coach. It's at the line, first one swish. 15 points for Jackson Adamowitz to make it 44-31 Burris. One more coming for Adamowitz, who's had a couple of 20-point games this year. I think 21 is his season high. He has 15 now. The 6'10 center Riley Duncan checking back in for Cowan. Adamowitz ready with another free throw. It's on the way, and he got them both. That was pretty. Biggest lead of the night, 45-31. Burris by 14. Here comes Cowan in a hurry. Declan Gill Works it here on the arc. It's knocked away. Picked up by Cowan. Three-pointer, top of the key. Gill can't get it. Rebound comes down to Adamowicz. 3-on-1 fast break. Pretty pass to the wing. Layup, up and good. Give the bucket to Grant Jones. He has 4, and that's about going to do it. At 47-31. Three-pointer on the other end by Gill is no good. Another rebound by James Royston of Burris. I'll bet he's got 10 in the game now. Royston drives to the paint. Lays it up. Got it. Pretty move by James Royston. 6 points in the game. 49-31. Muncie Burris is going to win this going away. Here's Gill driving the key. Off the glass now. Duncan with the board. Can't get it. Got his own again. He'll fire again, this time fouled from behind. Personal foul is going to go on Bracken Carnes, who got him from behind. And with 1:23 to go in the game, it's going to be a 2-shot free throw opportunity for the 9th grade center, the 6'10", Riley Duncan. Debut game, he missed the free throw. He'll have another. Burris has really pulled away here late. It was 37-31 not long ago. Second free throw goes in for Duncan for his 7th point. He got 1 out of 2 on that trip, and it's 49. Quick timeout by Cowan on the other end, and it's going to be a baseline backcourt inbound play coming up. Well, it's quite a little run there. It was 37-31. Now it's 49-32. That's a 12-1 run by Burris to pull away and put this one all but on ice with 1:23 to go in the game. Quick look down at the score sheet. Jackson Adamowicz from Burris, 16 points. Kevin Thomas with 8. Grant Jones with 4. Bracken Carnes with 7. Royston with 6 points and a barrel full of rebounds. Hallie with 8 points, a couple of triples for Burris. You look at the Cowan side, Nitrar with 3. Harrington hasn't scored. Gill with 5. Alt with 10. Duncan with 7. Gaskell with 7 for their total. There's the buzzer. The teams will be called back onto the floor out of the timeout. Cowan's already out there. Will have to bring it to full 84 feet. Cowan is in the double bonus. Burris in the 1-and-1 bonus. The inbounds pass comes to Royson. He has it knocked out of his hands by the hustling Dylan Gaskell. That kid is always hustling. I tell you, I love that boy. He's, no matter what the score is, no matter what the sport, he hustles all the time. Kudos to him and his mom and dad and his coaching staff. Comes into Burris. Hallie dribbling. Has it down here on the near end. Owls avoid a tie-up and now a foul on Adamowicz given by Dylan Gaskell, who says, sorry about getting you in the nose, man. And with 1:14 to go in the game, Gaskell, who has his 3rd foul, sends Adamowicz back to the free throw line. Jackson is 3 out of 4 from the stripe in this game. 16-point night. First one, good. Make it a 17-point game for Jackson Adamowicz. And it's 50-32. 14 to go. Adamowicz looking for both of them this time. It's good. 18 points for Jackson Adamowicz, 51-32. Gill feeds down low. Duncan turns, fires, can't get it, but he's fouled from behind by James Royston of Burris, who got Duncan on the top of the head. That's only the first foul of the night for James Royston. And with 1:07 to go, he throws for Riley Duncan. First one too strong. Sitting on a 7-point night. 2 Cowan players waiting to check in. Nitrar will get to come in because he's not coming in for the shooter. Checking out for Cowan is Tyler Miller. Next free throw by Duncan is good. 8 points in the game by the freshman. That makes it 51-33. 7 left in the game. Backcourt pressure by Cowan. They need a bunch in a hurry. They need about 5 threes in a row. Don't think they're going to get them. Burris across the timeline on the dribble by Adamowicz, guarded by Nietrauer. Clock under a minute to go. Adamowicz tries it right side. Cut off. Now double team. Gets it to Royston at the wing on the right side. Royston picks up his dribble. Now back to the right wing to Halley. Now back out on top to Royston. They'll work it here to Adamowicz. Swing to the corner as they eat clock. Back out to Royston between the rings. He's going to be fouled. Going to be a timeout instead. 39.3 seconds to go. We'll stay right here with it as Burris calls a quick timeout with a triple team headed toward Royston. 51-33 game. Burris will eat the final 39.3 seconds, and they're going to break losing streak tonight on homecoming night 2018, and those kids will remember that for a long time. Terrific game tonight for Adamowicz, who has 18 points, including 5 out of 6 from the free throw line. He's the only guy in the park who has shot free throws well tonight. Everybody else has had bricks and mortar night at the charity stripe. Inbounding the ball for Muncie Burris is a player who is not listed on the varsity roster. That's awesome. We'll call him Smith. Comes into Adamowicz, has it knocked away in the backcourt, gets it back, works it far side, now pass to the baseline. Fans thought he traveled, no call. Corner. And now a whistle in the corner. Dylan Gaskell gave the foul for Cowan with 26 seconds to go. Dylan Gaskell with his 4th foul. RJ Harmon will go to the charity stripe, and he'll have a 2-shot foul because of the double bonus. First one, air ball, no good. And he'll have another chance to make up for it. 26.1 seconds to go in a 51-33 game. Harmon ready. Next one on the way. Missed it too strong off the back iron. Gaskell got the rebound for Cowan. Here come the Blackhawks. Long 3 in the rafters. In and out, no good. It went up, hit the top of the backboard on a 3-point shot attempt by Declan Gill. And the ball goes back to Burris with 18 seconds left in the game. They've cleared the bench for Burris. Bunch of subs in the game now. Let's see if they just run out the clock with 7 seconds to go. Adamowicz has the ball with 5. Gaskell looking. And there's the buzzer. Game is over. Muncie Burris has broken an 11-game losing streak. The final score tonight at Ball Gym, 51, Cowan 33. Back with a quick post-game show after this timeout on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. Don't go away.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history. Oh, I love world history. Baseball. Wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, Of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. There's so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. It's your ticket to an evening out that won't break the bank. It's your ticket to explosive runs, acrobatic catches, and game-saving tackles. It's your ticket to an experience you'll never forget. It's your ticket to the IHSAA State Football Tournament. Attending a tournament football game is a fun and affordable way to see sports played the way they were meant to be, for the pure love of it. The Indianapolis Colts and the Indiana High School Athletic Association invite you to be part of Indiana's rich tradition of high school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure state tournament excitement. The drama is set to kick off. Do you have your ticket? There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Ball Gym. Brian Beaver along with you as Muncie Burris gets a big win on homecoming night. They break an 11-game losing streak. And they weather a couple storms, but they also put up a couple of really nice runs in this game to fight off Cowan a couple times by a final of 51-33. Burris led at the first stop 9-7. They led at halftime 27-16. Led at the end of 3, 35-24. And they finish off the night with a 16-point fourth quarter. Cowan could only muster 9 in the final stanza, and that final score of 51-33. Cowan got it down to 37-31 midway through the fourth quarter and had a chance to chip away even more at it. Couldn't get that next elusive bucket. Had a 14-1 run then by Burris, put it away, and gave them the 51-32 lead late in the game. So Burris holds off Cowan a couple times and comes away with the dub. Muncie Burris improves to 2-11 overall on the season. Cowan falls to 1-8. Quick look at the unofficial scoring. Of Burris leads all scorers with 18 points. Grant Jones had 4, Kevin Thomas 8, Bracken Carnes 7. Ian Kowalski started, played a lot, didn't score. James Roysden off the bench with 6 big points and a lot of rebounds. Alex Halley off the bench with 8 points, including 2 3-pointers. Total of 51. Cowan unofficially, 3 points from Max Nietrauer, none from Noah Harrington. Declan Gill with only 5. That was a big factor. Burris did a nice job holding him to half, less than half of his season average. Brian Alt leads the Blackhawks with 10 points on the night. Riley Duncan, the 6'10 freshman, his debut tonight, pretty good. Give him a B-. Couple of blocks, 8 points, bunch of rebounds. Didn't shoot free throws very well, but he's 6'10 and he'll work on that. Dylan Gaskell off the bench with a career-high 7 points in this one. Jack Mace didn't score, neither did Noah Collins or Tyler Miller. So Blackhawks go down to defeat tonight, 51-33. A ton of fouls, not very many good free throw shooters. The one exception to that is Burris's Jackson Adamowicz. He nailed 5 out of 6 free ones at the charity stripe for the Owls tonight. So Burris gets that big win. Cowan takes a tough loss. They'll both be back in action tomorrow. Cowan will be back in action at Hoosier Gym when they take on Alexandria tomorrow afternoon. And Burris will play National Trail, Ohio tomorrow. So that's going to do it for me and for us tonight from Ball Gym. Final score for the final time in this one tonight from Ball Gym. Muncie Burris wins it going away. The final score, Burris 51, 33 for the Cowan Blackhawks. For all of us at Beaver Media, I'm Brian Beaver. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Be with us tomorrow morning again as we go to Hoosier Gym for the 11 o'clock game tomorrow. Daleville taking on Waldron. Until then, have a great night. So long, everybody.